Hi everyone, so glad you're with me today. This is going to be a really fun video and it is 100% by request. I had so many requests on a recent video I did. I think it was the Laura Geller one, the baked makeup one, asking me to try some of the K-beauty, Korean beauty stuff and do sort of a get ready with me try on review type of thing. And I know I have seen that request here and there occasionally, and honestly I've been dragging my feet on it because I wasn't quite sure where to buy it from. I wasn't quite sure what brands I should even be looking into. But thank you to those of you who helped me in the comments section. We were talking back and forth about like where to buy things from and what brands were kind of a big deal. One thing I knew for sure, here in this past week, I've seen a lot of buzz about this foundation, the Tier. It's a cushion foundation. Remember when cushions were really hot like just a few years ago? Anyway, that one's been actually viral on TikTok. But then I bounced around to some of the other brands you recommended. I got all this stuff on Amazon. We've got some Etude, some Misha, some Unleashia eyeshadow. It's not like every single thing for a full face, but it's a nice handful of items that we can use today in this video. And I ordered a concealer, but that didn't end up coming. It was supposed to come yesterday, but it was separate from everything. But I have this from Etude. It's the Face Blur Smoothing Primer, and I think it has an SPF 33 in there. And by the way, this makeup headband is from Dollar Tree. Yay! And it doesn't pinch behind the ears. Double yay. So this is a very like kind of runny, milky looking primer. Giving a bit of a white cast at first. Might be the sunscreen, but it is blending in. Does it feel smoothing? Yes, I would say it has a really nice glide across the skin. It doesn't really feel silicone-y, but it goes on with ease. I don't see any immediate effect on pores, really. It has maybe just the lightest fresh scent. It says it's going to smooth out skin, hide pores, and bumpy skin texture. Again, I don't see it doing anything major right now, but maybe it did give like a little bit of radiance just for the moisture in the product, but that's okay. We want to try things. And I'm happy to have tried that. And just so you know, that ended up costing $14 and change. Now this product here, I mean, we could create the whole video about this if we wanted to. There's been a lot of talk about this. It's the Mask Fit Red Cushion Foundation. This is made in Korea. In the description, it says Japan's #1 choice for glass skin, long-lasting, lightweight, buildable coverage, semi-matte. I got the shade 24N Latte. It says #1 bestseller, and this is $25. So the packaging is just incredibly, I don't know, satisfying. I like the oval shape. I like the color of it. It's just super identifiable. The packaging is really nice. It opens with a little push button. You've got the oval mirror. This is your little spongy applicator, which I've seen people get it on their skin that way. And then you open up here and there's your cushion. So it's a cushion that's been saturated with this actual foundation formula, and then you just press in and dab it across the skin. I've also dampened a beauty blender in case I want that to aid in the blending process. We're gonna try it. This is my very first time testing it out. Again, I'm gonna press gently into the product, and this is again known for having great coverage, having great staying power. And I'm gonna just start like dabbing it all across my skin and maybe get just a teeny bit more here for the forehead, and then I will use that sponge to continue blending. But gosh, I mean, just immediately I can tell it's very thin. The texture of cushion foundations is really known to be quite thin. I remember when they were going through kind of a craze several years back. It's a thin, light, liquidy texture that's in that sponge, or cushion, I should say. But yet this is giving quite a bit of coverage. The shade is not too far off. I thought it looked a little yellowy. You can look up there for what was just patched on, a little bit yellow, but it's kind of tricky, you know, when you're just picking online. I think I made a pretty good choice as I see it all blending in here. See how it does have like a little bit of luminosity there? I don't think the primer was overly luminous, so I would attribute this to the foundation mainly. I've seen people just use the sponge and continue to like dab and blend in with that alone. I just didn't want to get too much product on my skin at one time. And I've heard this has impeccable staying power, but I will say Rimmel Lasting Finish also does on me. Like wears all day, it looks the same at the end of the day, and I've seen a lot of you all in the comments section telling me how wonderfully that's wearing on you. Also, there's even a little more on that sponge. I just wanted to see how much product it held. It's really surprising how such a lightweight, thin formula can be that immediately full coverage, but I see what the hype is about. And maybe the thinness is what plays into it having such good staying power too, you know? Usually when I work in thinner layers, I end up having more consistent, more even wear also. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. I think that looks actually incredible. Giving coverage, not giving thickness, actually looking a little bit radiant, which is just surprising for as much coverage as I know I just put on there. So like I said, my concealer that I ordered did not come in, so I'm just gonna have to use any old concealer that I have here. I've got my Sephora Best Skin Ever Glow in the shade 20. I do really like this concealer. It feels lightweight, but it does a very effective job concealing. The product I compared it to in a recent video was the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, if anyone remembers that one. And I'm becoming a sponge person again. I don't know what it is. Oh, and the sponge perfectly matches the makeup headband. It was meant to be. Oh, did I mention we finished Little House on the Prairie? Yep, we watched it all. Even those last three, like, I think they were TV specials. They're kind of like little movies, actually. But we were so sad when it was over, and I remember Mom saying, well, you gotta watch the Waltons after that. So we're now a couple episodes in on the Waltons, and I am loving that. John Boy's a little angel. There we are, all blended in with the concealer. I really didn't even feel like this face called for a lot of concealer today, given what that foundation was doing. And surface of the skin, feeling, yeah, like it's got moisture, but not incredibly tacky. I am gonna set my under eye here. I'm just gonna use Maybelline Fit Me. I'll just tell you, I don't have a K-Beauty powder or bronzer, but I do have some blushes. Just really want to make sure this gets around the T-zone, and I'll dust away the excess. Don't you worry. Goodbye, excess. Shall we just go ahead and do the contour, even though this isn't K-Beauty? I'm just going to use my Physicians Formula Butter Glow Contour Wand in Fair Light. In my last video, I was kind of comparing the result I got with this to the Say, although the Say has a much more, this new stuff, has a much more dewy feel. Blend this in around the hairline. Say might have a little more intensity to it, actually. But I like the way this contours. It's actually really easy to use. And I sometimes with different products just don't like to let them just sit there on the skin for too long, just in case they start to set too quick. So there we go, we got some contouring going. I might do a little bit more up here on the forehead, actually. Okay, and lock. Now for my blushes, this is also from Etude, and it's the Water Tint, Dear Darling Water Tint Trio. I was just really enjoying Benetint recently, and I thought, well, let's try this too. I hope I'm saying the brand right. I just assumed it was like Etude, not Etude. Vivid Color Lip Stain with Moisturizing Weightless Non-Sticky Finish. You could get just one shade, but I got the 3-color set for $14. So yesterday I was playing with this, like, kind of pinky one. I'm gonna swatch these out on my hand real quick, and then we'll decide which one to use today. There's that orangey one. It's more faint than the others, but it is offering some sort of stain, like on my finger. It doesn't want to come off of that finger that I swatched it with. There's the pinky one, and then the red. I like that the pink and the red really differentiate from one another. They're not just staining to the same exact color. I was playing with this the other day, and I like dabbed it on my lips, and it created a fairly long wearing lip. You know, it was, I put it on late in the day, and by evening, like after eating dinner, I definitely didn't see it anymore. It's the kind of thing that's gonna stain your lips just very short term. I think I'm gonna do this one today, and it doesn't say anything about cheeks, but we know this can be a cheek product, right? I think I'm just gonna go straight off the applicator here and grab a brush. Just because I feel like the brush will give me more evenness than my fingers. Ooh, okay, a little rosy cheek, reminding me a lot of Benetint. Maybe even a little more pigment in there compared to Benetint. Just more immediate color. I know Benetint could build to that place, but I feel like this is maybe getting me there a bit faster. You can see it's still, you know, a transparent looking liquid with the red tint. I mean, I would say blend immediately because on the lips anyway, when I put it all over the lips, it sets pretty fast. Wow, okay, that's lovely actually. Really nice. I think this cheek might need just a little smidge more. Certainly buildable. Oh, they smell just like a packet of Kool-Aid or something. That went on flawlessly. It did not break down what was underneath either. I love that. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the lips too. And I like that this has a doe foot applicator as opposed to just a little like fingernail polish looking brush like Benefits has. Plus I got 3 for less than the cost of maybe 1 full-size Benetint. And again, this is more reddish. I definitely see the difference from what I tried on last night from that pinky berry shade. Look at that. And I saw, as I was just searching through K-Beauty stuff, I looked at the best sellers from some of these different brands that were mentioned, and I felt like I saw a lot of stains. This may be kind of a hot part of some of these lines, I guess. Oh, I adore that. I adore that monochromatic thing that's happening right now. Okay, it's called Water Tint, Dear Darling Water Tint. Nice little glass bottles, 3-pack. All 3 are different, you know, totally. I'm not sure how much of a punch that one's gonna pack, that orangey colored one, but we'll try that another time. Oh, by the way, a lot of mentions about Misha, and I did get a setting spray from Misha. And I have tried their BB cream. I tried it several years ago. I remember talking about it on my channel, so therefore I thought I'd try something new. I got this setting spray. They had a glow primer as well. This looks really pretty, doesn't it? Glow Skin Balm to Go Mist. Oh my gosh, the description says, glowy skin like a peeled egg to go, please. 5-in-1 hydrating cream, morning face mask, primer, radiance cream, and makeup setting spray. Moisturizes and gives a glowy skin like a peeled egg. Another egg reference. It can be used on top of makeup or over clear skin whenever your skin needs refreshing. Okay, I've been sitting around thinking, man, I want that peeled egg vibe. Packaging is really pretty. I don't know if we need to shake it up or not. Again, you can get the Glow Balm primer, but I had already picked out that Etude primer. This was $18. Let's check the mister. Ooh, it's gonna be a really fine cloud-like mist. Just did about 6 mists. Does the skin look any different? I think I see a little more glow on the surface and 1 rogue big dot. Let's try adding just a little more. Smell is just light and fresh, and it's a smell I wouldn't mind to have all over my body, honestly. Maybe just a tinge of floral in there. I think I can certainly see just a little added glow all over the skin after I've done that. All right, next step, I'm gonna do some brows, and then we have a little eyeshadow palette to try. Alrighty guys, my brows are done. I used my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 4 and my CoverGirl Clean Fresh Brow Gel Wax. And this is my last new thing in this video. It's from the brand Unleashia, and it's the Glitterpedia. It says different textures and glitter eyeshadows from daily to fabulous, shading to glittering, learn how to formulate the look you want. And it opens up really cute like that. And there's my little eyeshadow palette. It says Glitterpedia All of Dusty Rose. This is cruelty-free and vegan. This is made in Korea, and when I was just looking for K-Beauty eyeshadows, this was one of the main ones that popped up. Packaging is cute, really nicely done here. And on the inside, we can see all these different textures. We've got what look like more major glitter finishes right here and here. Maybe a smooth or sheer shimmer out of these two and this one. And then the rest, actually a light shimmer right up there. Well, they snuck a little shimmer into this one too, but at a glance, those two, the cream and the dark brown, look almost matte, and those look matte as well. So we're gonna try to create a little look out of this. They did have several other color options. Some of them were not available on Amazon Prime, and a couple didn't look like they really had much darkness at all. Like they looked like primarily a sparkly palette. So I wanted something that I could feel like I was creating the full look with. So I'm gonna go up to this little soft brown up here. See how that picks up with my Profusion crease brush. Maybe just the tiniest bit of powder kicking up from that. It's giving me a real natural, really soft crease. Did I say I put on the Lonnie eyeshadow primer already? I am so loving the cheek and lip combo here, by the way, guys. I think those look great. Again, when you put on a lip stain like that, one of those truly transparent stains, you're not gonna feel anything on your lips. It's a great product for a person who does want color but does not like the feel of really anything going on. And getting 3 for less than the cost of a Benetint, pretty cool. Plus, I think the pigmentation gets you there a little bit faster. Like, I would have had to build Benetint a little bit more to get here. It would eventually get me here, but this is a little bit quicker to have that pigment. I'm gonna try some of this rosy one right here, another matte. We'll just kind of blend that on top. See what we get. Going all through the crease zone, not just the outer crease, but really working above it too. And with the $18 price tag, I mean, we're getting kind of like mid-range with the cost on a lot of these things. Maybe more than your average drugstore cost, but less than a lot of things at Sephora. Okay, those shades were totally able to layer and give me a nice little soft crease there. Now this shade down in the corner, seeming like a soft shimmery rose. I wonder what some of that would be like picked up with the brush and kind of added to my crease. It just seems like a soft enough shimmer to be able to do this. It's adding a little pinkiness. I'm really glad you guys encouraged me to go for this and gave me some really nice recommendations too on brands to look into. And if you have other ideas for me, other things you'd like to see me try, K-beauty wise, let me know in the comments section. This may just be the tip of the iceberg, you know? And there are other websites that sell more products, but I thought the shipping was going to take a lot longer. And with Amazon, it only took a couple days. I'm going to go into this dark color because I want to see how dark are you. Okay, really what you see is what you get on that brown. Adding some of that to the outer corner. Flipping my brush. Did we really assess if my skin looks like an unpeeled egg? I'd say the surface of it pretty much does, you know? Not too glossy, but yet radiant in kind of an understated way. Because keep in mind, I did not apply any highlighter today in this look. The radiance is coming from, I don't know, the fact that I used a liquid texture blush, perhaps, and then also that setting spray. You ever have a dream where the next morning, only a few random details are lingering and it's just enough to make you really intrigued, like, what in the world was going on? Like, who was that person? What does it mean in a dream when a person from your past appears that you have not thought about in months, years possibly? How does that even happen? How was that lingering in my subconscious in any way? How did my mind grab that, you know? Now this shade, it looks really brown in the pan, and I thought it was looking brown as I first patted it on my outer lid, but it's overlapping with some of the rosiness, and I think it's looking quite plummy. I'm just swirling that in the outer corner, bringing it up. It's looking nice. It's really merging well with those other shades. I know it looks like it maybe has the faintest little teeny tiny sparkle, but it's not really visible as it works into the eye look, which we know that to be true about a lot of shades like that. And take my little crease brush. Make sure we're all blended. Now let's think about these shimmers for a minute. We've got this light shimmery pink here, which looks pretty much like a standard pink shimmer, okay? We've got kind of a shifty shade down here in the corner. It's gonna look mauvey, but it also has like a bluish sparkle in it. So that can look maybe a couple different ways. We know what this cream color is gonna be, and that one is for the most part matte. But then these two right here, they have what appears to be not just a microfine sparkle, but an actual kind of chunky looking glitter embedded in that eyeshadow. I don't know if you can tell as I try to get it to catch the light here, but some of those glitter pieces are quite big. Swatching it out yesterday, and like hardly anything comes up in a swatch. Would a brush be better? I don't know. I'll go into this middle one right here. And I've picked up some shadow, and I can see I've picked up some glitter pieces. Yeah, it's like large pieces of glitter. Also strange about the dream I had, like I haven't been remembering my dreams for a long time. I'm pretty sure I'm having them, but I'm not waking up like with a full remembrance of everything that I dreamt about in the night. But this one, I wasn't even thinking about it the moment I woke up. That'll be the thing. Like, I'll remember the dream if the moment I wake up, I'm still thinking about it. But I was out like washing my face and getting ready to come up here, and I had that whole remembrance of a part of the dream and this person. So what are we even getting here? I'm getting some shimmer laying down, as a whole, a light rosy shimmer, and just haphazard glitter. Which I don't love the haphazardness of that. I would rather just lay down a full-on glitter than just have these pieces. And like one's wanting to go into my eye here, and I don't know what I would feel like if a large piece of glitter went into the eye. I don't know, we could try to pat some of that on as well. This shade does not even want to pick up with my finger. I don't know. Maybe it wants the brush. These shades honestly want the brush a little bit more than my finger, which is odd. I'm taking just a little bit of that white, seeing if I can, it just lightens it up. I mean, it's not doing a ton. But yeah, guys, I don't like the fact that I'm looking at my eye look and I can see like 3 large pieces of glitter randomly here, but not as much on this other eye. So then I'm trying to build that up, but you don't just place glitter. Like, this is a control freak trying to talk glitter. It's not awful, and a lot of the palette is really nice and easy to work with. However, Dusty Rose tones are something I definitely do own, so I might not have really needed that. If you have other K-Beauty eyeshadow recommendations you want to send my way, let me know. For now, I'm going to pop on some mascara, and I'll be right back to kind of recap and rank. Alrighty guys, finished eye look. I did a little bit of a small wing there because I just hadn't done winged liner in a while. I had to see if I could still do it, and I think I did. I used my little Physicians Formula Super Slim pen, and then I put on L'Oreal Panorama mascara and a little bit of Cali Ray on the lower lashes. So what do we think of the overall look here? I'm feeling really good about a couple things. If I were to rank the things that I used, I would have to put this Tier foundation at number 1. I think this was highly impressive, very good coverage, but yet they balanced with that an actual like skin finish, like surface of the skin look. It was easy to dab on. I enjoyed blending it out with the sponge after the initial cushion dabbing process. I just think it looks really good, and it's really a pretty good shade match for me, that 24N Latte shade. And what was this one, like 24, 25 bucks? I'm pretty impressed by that. However, I will say, I get great coverage out of this, and it's very inexpensive, so it's like I'm not hurting for drugstore foundations that have good coverage and wear well. But this is yet another option. If you like that cushion idea, I would have to say it is thin. It's really, really thin and lightweight, the liquid that's in there. And it's nice to hold in the hand. Like, I might just carry this around today. I don't know. That's number 1. Number 2 for me has got to be the Stain Trio. I think this is an amazing value. I think you would have these for a long, long time. I love the idea of a buildable stain, a monochromatic look that I think we really achieved, especially with the rosy eye. So this was the one we used. It's the most comparable to Benetint, but yet I like that it's a doe foot applicator. I enjoyed that it got to the level I wanted it to be a little faster than Benetint does. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. Now I've got a berry shade also, and I've got this peachy color too. That's a solid second place for this video. Third place, I would say this glowy mist. This is our Surface of the Peeled Egg product. This is from Misha. It had the beautiful, fine, kind of cloud-like mist, but yet it wasn't so fine that I had to wonder if it was actually hitting my skin. You know, it was directed enough for me to know it was getting on, and I would say, you know, 6, 7, 8 mists on the skin, because it is a very fine mist, gave me a noticeable radiance on top. So I think that's a cool product. I'm glad I got that. And then my last 2 things here, we got the Unleashia eyeshadow palette. We've got the Etude Face Blur primer. I would put this at number 4, I guess. For the most part, this is a really nice eyeshadow palette. I'm not a huge fan of chunky glitters in the eyeshadow, and I could see as I was doing my mascara already some pieces of that were coming down. Now granted, I didn't put glitter glue on my eyes before this process. I know that would have helped the glitter cling, but it was like it actually didn't have a problem applying to the eye off of a brush, which was surprising. It's just the nature of the product has a very sporadic kind of large glitter in it. And I mean, 2 out of 9 shades being that way, I'm not thrilled with this product, but most of the palette was good. In last place, even though it's not a glaring fail or a dud, the Etude Face Blur Smoothing SPF 33 primer, it was just okay. I don't feel like it really lived up to the claims and hype that I read on Amazon when I purchased it. The packaging is cute. I like that. Nobody's mad about a little extra sun protection, but I didn't think it actually went in there and totally erased my pores or did something to make the surface of my skin look amazing pre-makeup. I'm just not wowed by it. But was this a lot of fun? Absolutely it was. Definitely discovered some things that I'm really going to enjoy going forward. I would say my top 3 in this video that I mentioned, those were really good. I'm totally open to your suggestions in the comments section. If you're interested in some testing of K-Beauty skincare or other brands that I did not try in this video, if they're available in some certain website, let me know where I can find them. And yeah, thank you for your time, everyone, and thanks for the request. I will see you all again very soon. I love you. Bye.